This is a quick 30-minute workout that you can do, and it's perfect. It works every muscle. It gets you a nice little cardiovascular routine involved too. You're not going to be doing a lot of running, but you will feel your heart rate go up, and you will get a great workout out of this. Now, we're going to start with a plank. So Kelly's going to get into the plank position. If you are an intermediate planker, as I call it, then you'll be in this position. You'll hold this position from 30 seconds to a minute. But if you're strong enough, the perfect thing to do is to lift one leg up 10 times. She's going to lift it 3 though. We're going to lift 1, we're going to lift 2, and then we're going to lift for 3. And then you switch legs and you do the other leg 10 times, but we're only doing 3 here. So you lift 1, 2, and 3. If you're even stronger, you're going to reach out in front of you. She's going to reach and alternate your arms. So she's going to alternate her hands. And then you're going to go to 10 with this position. She's only going to do 4. The second exercise that you're going to do, folks, is you want to be laying on your back. Now what Kelly's going to do, she's going to lift one leg up for me, lift one leg up, and then for 30 seconds, you're just going to pulse with your glutes off the ground. You're going to lift your butt up off the ground for 30 seconds. You want to just come up and down. You really feel it working your lower back. You really feel it working your glutes. And by this leg being up, you'll feel your quadricep is actually being contracted. So you're actually working your quad too. Make sure you're breathing when you're doing this exercise, because if you don't, you won't make it through the workout, okay, folks? The third exercise that you're going to do, folks, is called a side hip lift. Basically, you're going to be on your knee and on one hand. You're going to make sure that you're lifting one leg up. As you can see, she's lifting one leg up. And as she lifts that leg up, she's actually working her gluteus medius and working her gluteus maximus also. Then you're going to stop and make sure you switch sides and do the other side. Remember, your hands on your hip. The other hand's flat on the surface, you're on your knee, and you're lifting. As high as you possibly can lift, folks. You want to lift as high as you can. Good. And you're going to do this also will be done in reps of 12 to 15 until you get strong and you can go to 20. Exercise 4, ladies and gentlemen, you want to do is what we call the proposal squat. You're going to be in a squat position. Make sure your foot is at 90 degrees. You never want your knee to pass your toe. You notice your knee is not passing her toe. And you want to just step up and drive your knee up when you come up. You're going right back down to the squat position. You want to do this on 12 and reps of 12. This is a really good exercise to work your quadriceps. It actually works your flexibility. Your adductors in work. Your abductors in work while you're doing this exercise. It's really good. If you want to advance this exercise, you can put on ankle weights, folks. So if you put a little extra resistance, then it'll work a little harder. So you do it in reps of 12 to 15. Exercise 5, we're going to squat down into position. Make sure that you're on the balls of your feet the entire time. And you're coming up. When you come up to the top, make sure you're squeezing your glutes together. She's going to squat down into position. And then she comes back up and she squeezes her butt together at the top. That way you can work your glutes and your calves are being worked because you're staying on the balls of your feet. To advance this exercise, you can always add, again, some weights into the exercise. Now, folks, if you happen to fall forward when you're doing the exercise, you don't want to go down as far. You want to go down as comfortably as you can with keeping your chest up. Exercise 6, folks, I like to put abs in between exercises. Most people, when they work out, they'll do abs at the end of a workout. So what you want to do is to get more abdominal work in, is you want to slip an abdominal exercise in the middle. It's a smart thing to do, and then do it again at the end. What Kelly's going to do is, I call it the scissors. You make sure you put one toe on the back of one heel here, and she's going to reach for her toes. So she's reaching for her toes. If you can't reach your toes, because most people cannot reach their toes, and that's okay. Just get as close as you can to your toes. If you have a shoestring hanging, reach for that. Make some go. If it's your shins, your knees, make sure you're reaching. So then you're going to switch legs, and you're going to do it again. This you'll be doing in reps of 12 to 15. 15 is really tough. You'll really get tight abs. You know she has really nice abs. After you do those in sets of 12, you want to start tap. She's going to sit up, cross your legs at the bottom, make sure your body is in shape of a V, and you're going to tap the ground from side to side, like she's doing, like so. If that's too easy, and it should be tough after you've done those scissors that we just did, but if you're more advanced and you need to add resistance, we always can throw in a little extra weight. What we're going to do is, we've done this in the glute exercise, plug. Again, she's squatting down, she's reaching out, and then she's going to kick back. If you notice, her back is in. You want to kick as high as you possibly can, working this glute, your butt muscle here. So she's kicking as high as she can until she feels it tighten up in there. That way you can get a nice derriere. You're going to work in the hamstrings a little bit, and then you're going to switch, and you do the other leg. In this exercise, you want to do it in reps of 12. If you don't have enough balance to stand in that position, as we said before, you can put your hands on your knees, and you can do the exercise with your hand on your knee and kick back. Okay, so for the next exercise, is for beginners. If you're more advanced, you're going to take one hand, that hand goes in the air, your hips stay still, and then a hand comes up and down in front of you. This is going to work your core. It's a really good core exercise, and people don't understand the importance of core. But if you have a loose core and you work on your abs, you may just get some development in your abs, but you still can look loose. Remember, you're up and down with this exercise, doing in reps of 20. But then if you're more advanced, you go to the arm. If the arm is too easy, some folks, you've been athletes in your prior days, and then you gain a little, so you might still have a strong core. You want to add a weight. I don't have a weight to get, but maybe 5 to 8 pounds, ladies. For the fellas, 10 to 12 pounds, depending on your strength. Next exercise is going to be for the hamstrings, and it's also going to work on your stability. A lot of times people walking down the street and then they bobble. You ladies, you're wearing heels and you're falling over and stuff. This is going to work on the stabilization in your ankles, and it's going to make you look good in your lower legs. If you got cankles, this is the remedy. It's called a Romanian deadlift. It's become a fad in America. Thanks, Romania. Hallelujah. Okay, she's going to do the Romanian deadlift. Single leg Romanian deadlift. This is the advanced version. When you're coming back up, you're going to kick your leg back out. If you want to downgrade the Romanian deadlift, you don't move your leg at all. So you just go straight down without moving the free leg, okay? That's the downgrade of the leg, of the single Romanian deadlift. If you want to upgrade it and you feel like a superstar, then you add yourself a little bit of weight into the situation, and then you're going to go down and up with this weight. So she's going to come down with the weight, and then she's going to come back into position. You can hop too. She wants, Kelly gets you. Try to get her a boo. No, you can hop. you can definitely hop with it too. This is the next exercise. Now this is really good if you want to work your adductors, which is your inner thighs, ladies. And if you ever had problems in your inner thighs, this is a really good exercise for that. So she's going to step out to the side. She steps out, she squats down. It's really good for the glutes too. The reason she's reaching is because she wants to stretch these muscles out here. So she's reaching out to the side. It also works your obliques. So you can take a little bit of that side pudge off if you having side pudge issues, ladies. And gentlemen also. And if you're trying to look good in your wedding dress, this is a good exercise. She's going to switch sides. You want to do 12 to 15 of both of these exercises I just showed you. You want to do 12 to 15 reps. As we know, push-ups is the best thing you can do for your chest, for ladies and gentlemen. There are women out there who say, I don't do push-ups, that's not good for me. You want ladies, you can do push-ups. It's really good for your chest, it's good for your triceps, which is the secondary muscle being worked, and the third muscle, which is the shoulders. It's really good exercise for you. If you're not strong enough to do a push-up, which a lot of females and males aren't, you can start on your knees. So you're coming down to your knees, and she's going to do a push-up on her knees until she's strong enough to do it on her feet. If you are really strong in the push-ups, she's going to get on her feet and she's going to reach for the sky. So she's going to do a push-up, she's going to turn and reach. Now this is a more advanced push-up, and we call them sky reaches. So she's reaching for the sky now, so now she's working her core as well as her chest. You have to be really strong to do this push-up exercise here. Important to most ladies and gentlemen is to have nice triceps. Your triceps are here. They're called triceps because there's 3 muscles back there. Just like your biceps, 2 muscles, and your quadricep is 4 muscles. I always try to teach you guys something. She has her legs straight. If you're not strong enough to straighten your legs, you can bend your legs, and you can do them that way, which will take a lot of pressure off of your arms, so therefore you can kind of gauge the exercise. If you're extra strong, you come back to the straight position, and she's going to do it on one leg, and then squat down and up, which is really tough exercise to do. So for the fellas, if you want to execute it and you have strong triceps, this is a great exercise for you to do. For the last piece of the puzzle, folks, you want to do back and you want to do shoulders. She's going to do a double arm back row with these weights here. If you have something in your home that you can just fall over, or at your hotel, then it'll be really good to do back. She's really working her lats, she's working her rhomboids, and it's a really good exercise. It's a secondary shoulder exercise. If you don't have something you can roll over, she's going to come up with one weight. She's going to be on one hand and knee. You can come close and really get it, or zoom in if you can. And then she's going to do a row, which is just a single arm row. She's working the same muscles, but she's just doing it on a single arm action. Make sure your back is turned off to the side. Make sure that your back, folks, this is very important when you're doing this exercise, because I've seen a lot of people do it wrong, and they hunch their back. Make sure you have a dip in your back. So you want to have your shoulders up and your butt up, and the middle of your back is going to come down. And she's going to row, and she's working those same muscles. But if you don't have your back up, then you're going to have some issues, and you're not going to be working the muscles properly. Last thing we're going to do, which is a shoulder exercise, she's going to take both dumbbells. You can sit down in your home chair and the chair at the hotel or the bed, you have your little dumbbells with you. Or if you don't have dumbbells, she's going to just press up to the sky. If you don't have dumbbells to do this shoulder press exercise, you can always use a band. Go to your local Modell's, buy a band, put it in your bag, take it with you, and you can actually stand on the band and do that same press exercise, and it'll work just as well. So that's all, folks. That's all we're going to do for now. That's the perfect travel workout. So if you want to get a good travel workout in, that's what you want to do. I'm thanking Kelly for coming out and doing this. Thanking COE for working the camera as usual. Thanking me for y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. If you find something entertaining or helpful, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. We're going to do maybe some abs. Well, she's going to do some abs. I'm not going to do any abs. She doesn't talk. She's mute.
Not mute.
Oh, okay. There you go. She does talk. Okay, so you know she does talk. She don't want your number. I'm just playing.
I might.
She might want you. Yeah. You gotta send a picture in, and me and COE gotta approve of it.
Exactly.
And if we approve, then it's talk. Okay, we're done.
We out.
She's kicking back. She's falling on the floor. I'm kicking her.